Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back to the Let's Play, and today we're going to continue our Laxius Force Let's Play. Now, as you know, last time we finally met up with Kevin. We made our way back to the Tangar Mountains, which was very useful since we could just teleport here. I think, yeah, we are fully healed up, and now we are finally going to be able to get rid of this entire mountain range. Because after this, if we don't die to these assassin dwarfs, we are going to be able to, it's so hard to get back used to these controls if you haven't played for like a little while. It always takes a little while to get used to the small delay on the movement. And then you try to press it twice and then it actually moves twice. It's annoying, but you get used to it after a while. Now, as I was saying, we're finally going to be able to get rid of the Tangar Mountains because we did get through the Tangar Mountains in a relative quick fashion. We only died in the Rillian Mountains, which honestly is pretty good. Usually you die quite a lot in Tangar Mountains, so we can be kind of proud that we only died once in total. Although we did die once in the Ice Cave too. Does that count? Not really. Does that not count? Well, kinda. Now Kevin is going to be able to get us over this, which is exactly what we need, because he's going to let us finally cross. Now we're going to go back to Rilia to rest up. I really don't know why we have to rest up, but we have to go to the inn. We have to go here, sleep a bit, and then once we go back, Kevin will actually be done building that thing. So that's that. Now what we're actually going to do, instead of just completing the quest, there was one quest that we did not yet completely do, namely the one in Misantero, or however you pronounce that city. There was that one fairy that asked for a rose, right? And we actually happened to find that rose. It's called like the rose sticks or something, and I don't know why she wanted it, but she definitely wanted it. So we can talk to this fairy, we can teleport all the way back here, and then we gotta find the house that Leona was taken. This fairy right here is the one that asked for the rose. So we should just talk to her. We're gonna give her the rose, and she's gonna be super happy with it. And what are we going to give back? What are we going to get back? That is the big question. What do we get? A fairy herb. Fairy herb. Now they're going to talk about fairy salt, and it's actually a very rare item. And they're gonna tell us like, no, we don't have any, but if you find some, that's definitely going to heal Jesse. So that's good to know. Now, fairy herb. We found fairy herb. What does that do? Is it fairy herb? Permanence. Plus 20 magic points and mind. Wow. That is a lot. So we're going to save this like every other item, like every other stat boosting item that we have. But I'm kind of wondering though, because we did find those items back there, and they did tell us that maybe those could heal Jesse. I did not mean to enter here. You can teleport from here, that's kind of annoying, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to teleport. She told us she'd teleport us to Chantrellis, and instead she teleported us away. Alright, seriously. How hard do you suck at your job? Anyways. So from here we can teleport all the way back to Rilia, which is what we're going to do next. And let's actually go and try talk to Jesse, who lives in this house. Nope. This house? Nope. This house? Nope. This house. I don't think that the herb we found is going to work, but you know. Okay, so that definitely did not work. Now that was expected given the fact that they were talking about the fairy salt. Now you can't actually find fairy salt, so in case you were wondering where to find it, you can't find it just quite yet. To find the fairy salt you need to actually complete the main game, or well, close to complete, because it is inside the Tower of Evil. Now you don't know what the Tower of Evil is, and that's fine, because we haven't found it yet. But basically it's a big part of the main game here, and after that we're actually going to be able to obtain the fairy salt. So until then, don't let it bother you, because you can't heal Jesse. So there is also no point in trying to find the cure. I know when I first played, and I wanted to find the cure as fast as possible because there was a side quest at the beginning of the game, right? So I wanted to get into it. I wanted to heal Jesse, and then I found out you can't. It was kind of depressing. Alright, so Kevin actually did fix, he made a bridge for us. Now, in case you thought that this was the end of Tangar Mountains, think again, boy. Because these are the Tangar Hills. Yay! Now, the Tangar Hills contain more of these annoying dwarfs, but luckily, they're very easy to traverse. Now, if you want to do this quickly, if you just want to get out of here without too much else to it, there is a very easy path. You just got to go up, find a little, sort of teleporter. It's not really a teleporter, it's more... It's a kind of small passage that you would not think is a passage, and that's why you can easily miss it. Now, we are obviously going to explore this little section here. Especially because I have never explored it before, because usually when I get out of the Tangar Mountains, I am so annoyed with them that I want to get out. Every stranger who wants to fight. Okay, let's fight. Chief Oak Balloons and 2 dwarfs is what we get to fight here. Now, we're actually going to use attack up on random first, and then we're going to use protection, because protection does boost the entire team. And then we're going to use Bomber Y. So let's see what happens here. Let's see who does what. Wow, okay, this is bad. This is very, very bad, because they are quite fast. But it's not that we can't handle, technically. I'm pretty sure we can handle it. It's just going to be quite a difficult fight. Now we're going to use Fresh Tsunami and actually try to use another layer of protection here. Random is going to go first, and then Fresh Tsunami is going to heal our entire team. Meaning we're going to take a lot less damage, and then Protect is actually going to boost us even more. Now Luciana has lost a lot of her mana already. She only has 92 mana left because of that Skull Gazer, which is very annoying. And we're going to have to use Fresh Tsunami again because we don't have anything else. Now we can use Air Cone on Titiro or whatever his name is, and that is going to drain him of his mana. I don't know how much mana he has left, but... Oh wow, he actually had a lot left, 206. So obviously draining that from him means that now we have the upper hand, because now we have the mana and he doesn't, and we're just going to keep using Air Cone on him. You know, keep draining him of his mana so that we can keep our mana. That is the general strategy. So he's out of mana now, which is really good. And then his friend just died, meaning there is no one except this big guy that we actually have to worry about now. So you see, this strategy is pretty solid when it comes to how to beat this kind of enemies. This guy only has his physical attack, meaning he's not a big threat. We are going to take him out, though. You might think, like, he's not a big threat. Okay, then why are you attacking him? Just because extra damage is something that you don't want. You don't want people to be dealing extra damage to you in any situation, if you can help it. So we're going to use Fresh Tsunami again, and we're going to now try to actually lower this guy's stats. Now we're going to do that by using Dark Wave, which actually lowers the mind power of someone. And we're going to use Grokkel's Amulet over here, because that does actually does the same. Now I don't know if this guy actually has mana, or anything really. But lowering someone's mind is a very good way to actually increase the damage that they take from spells and the like. Which is why we're actually going to be doing it. Now, you know that Sarah is actually out of mana here. Now this guy does only 1 turn attacks, meaning in general it's not that bad that we're out of heals. We just gotta make sure that we kind of are a bit sparse in when we heal and who we heal. Now his mind power is as low as it can get. And by as low as it can get, we mean like literally it cannot go lower. So right now we're just going to leave it as it is. And we're going to try some spells. So let's try Saint Christopher, because that is actually a mind spell. Oh, random actually dies here. Wow. That is amazing damage. Nice. Whoa, okay, nice, nice, nice. That is very good damage there. Now keep in mind, if Luciana dies, it is basically game over, because we do not have recovery items for Luciana. We cannot revive Luciana. Now I don't know, do we have Fairy Sugar? But it's Fairy Pepper that restores magic points. So this is a big issue in this game, like magic points, restoring magic points is very hard. And it is unnecessarily very hard. But it's fine. So Saint Christopher going to deal lots of damage, and by lots I mean like lots and lots and lots of damage, which is really good. It's going to do exactly what it should be doing. Heaps of damage to this guy, and then we can just keep beating him down with the other characters. while supplying tonic teas and physical. No, no, no. You need to use Saint Christopher and he needs to attack. While supplying, please stop hitting Luciana. If you crit her, I will be so mad. Like, please just hit someone else. Yeah, hit random. I like that idea. Hit random. I mean, not that he can take it, but at least if he dies, I can revive him. And Coriol just tanks this hit without needing to be healed. Okay, we did it. We did it. We did it. 5,300 gold, Ulgum shield, and the interpretation. So let's see, what did we find? We found a shield, which is the... Can't equip it, obviously. Ogulm shield protects... Oh wow, that is a huge defensive bonus. That is really good. Now we're actually not going to equip it to Sarah, and I have a really good reason for not doing it. I'm not going to say why, because that would be a spoiler. But I'm not going to do it. I have my reasons for not doing it. So this is the interpretation which teaches Hear Me Cry. Now Hear Me Cry is a pretty good spell. The question is, who do we teach it to? Now Sarah has everything she needs with Nymph's Bara, so I would just teach it to Luciana in this case. And that chest is locked, which kinda sucks. But yeah, we can leave here now. Now, one of the bigger issues is that we do not have mana to actually survive this place now. Or survive any of these. Now let's see, I'll show what Hear Me Cry does. It's a pretty good spell, all in all. It summons zombies, basically, and it deals damage. Now I don't know if it can actually inflict any status, because it didn't, in this case. As you can see, it did not inflict a status upon these dwarves or anything. So, can it inflict status? I don't know. But yeah, that is the first random event that you can trigger in this section of the game. So I will be referring to this as the new section of the game because this is basically the second part of the game. There are two parts to this game, pre-Tangar and post-Tangar. That is basically how you want to categorize these. And if you go with that categorization, obviously that means we are now in post-Tangar. Well, we're not in post-Tangar specifically. We are technically in pre-Tangar because this is before Tangar Mountains. It just happens to be... Like, Tangar is still there. There is still a city called Tangar, which we still have not gone to. So it can shock. That's pretty good. There's still a city called Tangar that we have not actually gone to. But since the part before you actually get to that city is so big, we will be referring to this as pre-Tangar and to the other part as post-Tangar. Just so that's a bit clear. So if I mention a quest pre-Tangar, I mean before the Tangar Mountains, not before Tangar itself. So we will be exploring this section here on the west. Now you'll notice we're going to be attacked by a lot of creatures, and that's one of the more annoying parts. These creatures do not stand a chance against us, but they'll still attack us, because, you know, why not? It's annoying, and honestly, I wish we wouldn't have to deal with it, but we do. Now, I'm actually not quite sure what the route to take is. I know that there is a very specific route that takes you through this, very quickly. But as you see, I have never seen that fight against Orgulup, whatever, before. So that was one of the things that I've never seen before, or heard of before for that matter. Like, my friend never told me about it either. So that means that it's a very easy to miss fight. Obviously, because you want to get out of Tangar as fast as possible. So you might notice I gave her a couple more whales. For the simple reason that now she will be able to Nymph's Bara, and Nymph's Bara will be able to actually recover her mana points if an enemy actually happens to have mana. Now, these Carter, FUC, did not actually have mana, which is a pity. But you want to keep that in mind. Like, if you're low on mana, just make sure you have enough for one Nymph's Bara. It's fine. We actually found a Phoenix Feather, which is really good. That is such a nice random drop. Just saying. Getting Phoenix Feathers as a random drop is insanely good. Now, I don't actually know what we're supposed to find here. We find more... Well, I didn't think we'd be able to escape from them, but, you know. Right, so it's at this point in the video that my audio actually died. So I'm doing the rest of the video with a dub over instead of, like, actually commentating in real life. Now, obviously that's slightly less qualityful, seeing as I already know what happens in this little segment here. But as you can see, we are trying to check out the chest. Now I actually made a mistake when checking out this chest because you can actually open the chest. You need to check the barrel and there will be a key inside the barrel and then you can open the chest. So if you ever get to the section yourself, make sure you check the barrel, then open the chest, because you can open the chest. Now I don't know what's inside the chest, since I haven't actually opened it yet, but by the time of the next video I will have opened this chest. So don't expect me to come back to this, I will do it on my own before I start recording the next video. That is one of the advantages of dubbing over a video, of course. I can actually tell you things that I did not know at the time of recording the video. Now you'll see that I try to explore. I was actually completely wrong about a section of this game. Now the issue was, I thought personally that this was the section where you had a way to go before you could actually leave the map. But what the thing is, this is like a very small portion of the map, and then once you leave it, you get to a small mountainside village, and then you need to go through another type of plains, which are the actual plains towards SankT Leona. So that's where I was wrong. I thought these were the SankT Leonian plains. So I thought that there was an actual dungeon left here. Now you'll see that you actually get stuck here, because there's no way through this. So I actually decided to egress out, back to the Tangar mountains. Now you might notice we actually teleported back all the way to the Tangar mountains, so keep that in mind, that will be happening. You really might want to keep that into account if you try to egress out, because you will be returning all the way. Now we're going to go back to the Trident Porcupine, try to like just heal up normally. We get a fight, but that doesn't really matter. At this point we're so fast that we can just get out of there without too much problems. And now we're going to be healing up. So now that we're healed up, we can actually go back. I would urge you, like, if you go back a bit, you will see that we actually have about 100,000 gold at this point, which is obviously amazing. That's kind of the amount of money that you want to have, especially at this point in the game. 100,000 is a good amount. You can buy most things that you want to buy, you can do most things that you want to do. Just don't get a bit cocky with it. You still don't want to waste your money too much. There is still a lot of things in this game that cost so much money. So you don't really want to waste that money, even though you have a lot of it. Now, as you'll see, we're going to beat these assassin dwarves, and then we're going to continue up north along the path. And this time we're just going to take the path. Now, again, I did miss the things in the chest there, so I want to go back there to find out what was in it. But other than that, there is nothing left in this area. We did the fight on the right, so that's fine. And other than that, you just want to continue up north, and you'll see soon enough we will be reaching a map change. You see, it's only one screen, and then we're in Tangar. So this is actually Tangar, and in Tangar there are a couple of things, namely there's a Tangar counter, which will, well, you know, it's going to be the same as the Tangar counter on the other side, only this time it's going to be redundant. And they're going to tell you, yeah, we're going to destroy this since the bridge is back up. And then on the other side, this is a little city, the town hall, obviously. And then I was looking for a save point here. And this woman will offer you a side quest, so we'll do that later. But yeah, we were looking for the Tangarian checkpoint. So we're going to be saving our game here, and that's going to be it for this episode. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. Now, obviously, I will see you next video, which will be up quite soon. See y'all.